Greetings, candidates, and welcome back to the lesson. Today we are continuing with the study of the subject called governance and ethics. We've been studying the theories of corporate governance and ethics. So far, we have done 10 theories, beginning with the agency theory, the stewardship theory, stakeholder theory, legitimacy theory, resource dependence theory, political theory, transaction cost theory, deontology theory, utilitarianism theory. In our last session, we covered the rights theory. Today, we're moving to the last theory, which is virtue theory. In this lesson, we will describe the virtue theory, then we'll highlight the benefits and the limitations of the virtue theory. Then at the end of the lesson, I'll give you an assignment. Welcome to the lesson. Virtue theory of corporate governance. Virtue theory. Now, this is a theory that focuses on the development of individual character. These are character traits and virtues such as honesty, courage, compassion, and so on. The theory suggests that individuals should strive to cultivate these virtues in themselves, which will lead to ethical behavior, and it will lead to flourishing of individuals and the society as a whole. That is the general meaning of the virtue theory. Now, when applied in corporate governance and ethics, virtue theory suggests that corporations should strive to develop a corporate culture that encourages the cultivation of virtues and ethical behavior. Corporations should do what? Should strive to develop a corporate culture. Corporations should strive to develop a corporate culture that cultivates a corporate culture that cultivates virtues and ethical behavior, and that includes promoting honesty, integrity, and a sense of responsibility among employees, as well as fostering a commitment to sustainability and social justice. Virtue, when applied in corporate governance and ethics, virtue theory suggests that companies should endeavor to develop a corporate culture that encourages or promotes virtues like integrity, virtues like social justice, honesty, and so on. You understand? From the word virtue, you are referring to good character. All right? So, this theory has, just like the other theories, been criticized. And the critics of virtue theory argue that this theory may be too subjective and difficult to apply in practice because virtues can vary across cultures and individuals. Additionally, it may not provide clear guidance on how to resolve ethical dilemmas or conflicts of interest. But despite all these criticisms, virtue theory has had a significant impact on corporate governance and ethics because it has helped to shape the development of corporate social responsibility initiatives and also sustainability reporting, which emphasize the importance of promoting ethical behavior and social responsibility within organizations. It has also influenced the development of ethical leadership models, which suggest that leaders should embody virtues such as integrity, compassion, and social responsibility in their decision making and also in their interactions with all stakeholders. So that is the virtue theory. So what are some of the benefits of virtue theory? Benefits. Number one, it focuses on character development. Virtue theory focuses on character development. It encourages individuals and organizations to cultivate virtues such as honesty, integrity, and fairness. And by prioritizing character development, corporations can foster a culture of ethical behavior and ethical decision making. That is a benefit. Focuses on character development. Two, long-term ethical sustainability. Long-term ethical. What do I mean by long-term ethical sustainability? Now, virtue ethics promotes ethical decision making, not just based on rules or consequences, but the intrinsic virtues of individuals. And that can lead to more sustainable ethical practices that are susceptible to situational factors or changing circumstances. Long-term ethical sustainability. Three, holistic approach to ethics. Holistic approach to ethics. Now, virtue theory offers a holistic approach to ethics that considers the moral character of individuals and the broader ethical culture of corporations. And that approach goes beyond compliance with rules and regulations, addressing the underlying values and principles that guide behavior. That guide behavior. 4, enhanced. It enhances trust and reputation. Enhancement of trust and reputation. Corporations that prioritize virtue ethics can build trust and credibility with stakeholders, including customers, employees, shareholders, and the public. And a reputation for ethical behavior and integrity can enhance brand loyalty and long-term sustainability. And long-term sustainability. Then number 5, decision in ambiguity. Offers clarity in situations of ambiguity. Virtue theory provides guidance for decision making in situations where rules or guidelines are unclear or conflicting. By focusing on the development of virtuous character traits, individuals can navigate ambiguity and make ethically sound decisions. So these are 5 benefits of virtue theory. Challenges. What are the challenges of virtue theory? The first challenge is in relation to subjectivity in virtue assessment. Subjectivity. Subjectivity in virtue assessment. Now, virtue theory relies on subjective assessments of character. These are character traits, subjective assessment of character traits, which can vary depending on individual perspectives and cultural norms. So what a person considers as a virtue, another may view it differently. So that is a challenge, subjectivity in virtue assessment. Then the second challenge is difficulty in measurement. Difficulty in measurement. There is a challenge of measurement. Virtue ethics can be challenging to measure, they can be challenging to quantify, making it difficult to assess and evaluate ethical performance within organizations. Unlike the rule-based or consequence-based approaches, there are no clear metrics for evaluating virtue. So difficulty in measurement is a challenge. Then the third challenge is potential for moral, what we call moral relativism. Potential moral relativism. There is possibility for moral relativism. Virtues can sometimes lead to moral relativism, where different individuals or cultures have conflicting views on what constitutes virtuous behavior. And that can create challenges in establishing universal ethical standards within organizations. There is potential for moral relativism. What may be moral to one organization may not be moral to the other, and vice versa. So that is a challenge, potential for moral relativism. Related to potential for moral relativism is the lack of clarity in application. Lack of clarity in application. Lack of clarity in application. Now, virtue theory may lack clear guidelines for applying virtues in specific situations, especially complex ethical dilemmas in corporate governance. And individuals may struggle to translate virtuous character traits into actionable decisions. And that poses a very big challenge. There is also the risk of moral hubris. Risk of moral hubris. Now, emphasizing virtue ethics can sometimes lead to moral arrogance or complacency, where individuals and organizations believe they are inherently ethical without critically evaluating their behavior or decisions. That's what we are referring to as moral hubris. Then, lastly, number 6, there is also potential for manipulation. Potential for manipulation. Potential for manipulation. There is a risk that companies may use the rhetoric of virtue ethics to justify unethical behavior or manipulate public perception without genuinely embracing virtuous values. So these are some of the challenges. But candidates, despite these challenges, virtue theory offers a valuable perspective for promoting ethical behavior in corporate governance. And by emphasizing the importance of character development, long-term ethical sustainability, holistic approach to ethics, enhancing trust and reputation, decision in ambiguity, corporations can strive for excellence in ethical conduct and contribute to the well-being of the society. So that will mark the end of this lesson, where we have described the virtue theory and highlighted benefits and challenges. Here is your today's assignment. Describe the virtue theory in the context of corporate governance and ethics. Number 2, highlight benefits and limitations of virtue theory. That is the end of the lesson and the end of the chapter on theories of corporate governance and ethics. We've covered all the theories as per the syllabus, and we realize that at the end of every lesson, I gave you simple assignment based on what we just learned. Like in this lesson, the objective of this lesson was that by the end of this lesson, you as a learner should be able to describe the virtue theory and highlight benefits and limitations of virtue theory. I've been giving these simple assignments based on what we'll cover at the end of every lesson. Now, over and above the assignment I've been giving you, I have some revision questions for you. These are questions that I've arranged subtopically. Like in the agency theory, I have 4 questions. Stewardship theory, 4 questions. Stakeholder theory, 4 questions. Until the last one, the virtue theory, 4 questions. These are examinable questions I would want you to attempt. I'm going to have them in PDF and upload below this video. You can download the questions. These are 44 questions. Like the virtue theory, the 4 questions read as follows. What are virtues and how does virtue theory focus on the character traits and moral qualities of individuals and organizations? Question 2, how can virtue theory be applied to corporate governance and ethical leadership? And what are the key virtues that companies should cultivate? Question 3, provide examples of companies that have demonstrated virtuous behavior in their business practices, and how has this contributed to their reputation and success? Question 4, what are the challenges of applying virtue theory in corporate governance, and how can companies foster a culture of virtue and ethical excellence? So I have the questions for you. Make sure you do the questions. If you have any question that you may find challenging to answer, please, below this video there is a comment section where you can post your questions and all your questions will be answered. In our next session, we are going to begin on topic number 3, which is board governance models. There are a total of 13 subtopics in this chapter. We will be covering a subtopic at a time. No, so in our next lesson, let's meet our next lesson where we'll start on board governance models. We'll begin by looking at the advisory board. Thank you. God bless you. Bye bye.